This chapter describes our journey to Liverpool to identify the mysterious stranger detained by the police. The encounter proves to be a strange one, filled with defiance from the suspect and cryptic remarks from Poirot, leaving me more confused than ever about the man's connection to the case. Half an hour later, saw Poirot, myself, and Inspector Raglan in the train on the way to Liverpool. The inspector was clearly very excited.
We may get a line on the blackmailing part of the business, if on nothing else. He's a rough customer, this fellow. Takes dope, too. We ought to find it easy to get what we want out of him. By the way, M. Poirot, you were quite right about those fingerprints. They were Mr. Ackroyd's own. I had rather the same idea myself, but I dismissed it as hardly feasible.
I smiled to myself. Inspector Raglan was so very plainly saving his face.
As regards this man, he is not yet arrested, eh?
No, detained under suspicion. He's a wary bird. A lot of abuse, but very little more.
On arrival at Liverpool, I was surprised to find that Poirot was welcomed with acclamation. Superintendent Hayes, who met us, had worked with Poirot over some case long ago.
Now we've got M. Poirot here. We shan't be long. I thought you'd retired, monsieur?
So I had, my good Hayes. But how tedious is retirement?
Where's Captain Patton hiding, sir? Can you tell me that?
I doubt if it would be wise at the present juncture.
I bit my lips to prevent a smile. The little man really did it very well. After some further parley, we were taken to interview the prisoner. He was a young fellow, not more than 22 or 3, tall, thin, with slightly shaking hands. His hair was dark, his eyes blue and shifty. He did not remind me in the least of anyone I knew.
Now then, Kent, stand up. Recognize any of them?
Kent glared at us sullenly. Well, sir, what do you say? The height's the same, and as far as general appearance goes, it might well be the man. Beyond that, I couldn't go.
What the hell's the meaning of all this? What am I supposed to have done?
It's the man. I recognize the voice.
Recognize my voice, do you? Where do you think you heard it before?
On Friday evening last, outside the gates of Fernley Park.
Have you not read the papers in the last few days?
So that's it, is it? I saw an old gent have been croaked at Fernley, trying to make out I did the job, are you? You were there that night.
How do you know, mister? By this.
Poirot took something from his pocket and held it out. It was the goose quill.
Snow. No, my friend, it is empty. It lay where you dropped it in the summer house that night.
You seem to know a hell of a lot about everything, you little foreign cockduck. Perhaps you remember this. The papers say the old gent was croaked between 9:45 and 10 o'clock. Is that really so?
That's right, between 9:45 and 10 o'clock.
Then you've nothing to keep me here for. I was away from Fernley Park by 25 minutes past 9. You can ask at the Dog and Whistle. I kicked up a bit of a row there. As near as nothing 9:45, it was. How about that?
What were you doing at Fernley Park anyway?
Went there to meet someone? That's none of your business.
Your name. It is Charles Kent. Where were you born? I fancy you were born in Kent.
Why is that? Because of my name? What's that to do with it?
Under certain circumstances, I can imagine he might be. Under certain circumstances, you comprehend.
There was so much meaning in his voice as to surprise the 2 police officers. As for Charles Kent, he flushed a brick red, and for a moment, I thought he was going to spring at Poirot. Later, the police confirmed that Kent had £10 on him when arrested.
What was that about Kent being his birthplace? What's that got to do with it?
Nothing whatever. A little idea of mine, that was all. Me, I am famous for my little ideas.
He and I lunched together at an hotel. I know now that the whole thing lay clearly unraveled before him. He had got the last thread he needed, but at the time, I had no suspicion. My chief puzzle was what the man Charles Kent could have been doing at Fernley. At last, I ventured a query to Poirot.
Mon ami, I do not think I know. I suppose now that to you it would not make sense if I said that he went to Fernley that night because he was born in Kent?
It certainly doesn't seem to make sense to me.
Ah, well, no matter. I have still my little idea.